Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Jobless Weebs, episode 94. We're getting high up there.
Yeah.
It's like we're now getting an A on a test. Well, it's been a good start of June, I think. We have another upcoming season of anime, so it's going to be pretty good this time around, I think.
It's that episode that I just love to record but hate editing.
Yes, because it's a long one and there's lots of parts.
But yeah, for this one, we are now trying to redeem ourselves from the previous episode that it was a disaster. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves from
That's right.
From that fiasco that we called the spring 2023. What we will be watching.
That's right. We are back for summer 2023.
Yeah, we're ready, and
Yep.
yeah, our Weeb engines are warmed up.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And no more reading the description for most of them.
Yeah. Maybe just a couple.
Just a couple.
That's right.
I mean, once again, we have a few returning ones.
We do, yeah.
A few from like a couple of years back. A few others from a lot of years back.
Yes.
So we will just probably be making honorable mentions of those.
Yeah.
Because like if you haven't watched them, there will be probably a time when we will be talking about them.
Yeah, very likely. Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's dive in. Let's see. So yeah, right off the bat, we have the next season of JUJUTSU kAISEN. So another awesome anime. I wonder if, along with this new season, if we'll get any more movies. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, the movie that we got was actually like a prequel, right?
Yes.
It was like JUJUTSU Kaisen 0 that it was when Megumi's kind of like middle school years or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was
middle school
good.
or
I
high
really
school,
liked it.
right? And it was with the stuff with his sister, and the reason why he's working at the JUJUTSU Academy. So yeah, this one's really good. The animation is really good. It's MAPPA Studios. MAPPA delivers really good fights.
They always do. Yep.
So yeah, I just wonder how far they will get. Probably for this one, I will not say like how far I'm thinking it will go.
Yeah, like any of the actual arcs or events. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I mean, I'm just surprised because you know, JUJUTSU Kaisen and like Chainsaw Man, I think those ones are part of like Shonen Jump, right?
I'm fairly certain.
And I think like those ones have been animes or mangas with a lot of blood.
Yes.
Which I'm surprised because I thought that, you know, shonen manga kept things to like a certain level.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not sure, but there is quite a lot of blood in Chainsaw Man for sure. Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, some of the other honorable mentions, it's Mushuku Tensei, the Jobless Reincarnation, Season 2. This one is, you know, a dumpster on fire. Isekai. Really good. I mean, I like the plot. But still, I'll probably skip it because I'm far enough in the manga.
Yeah. Read.
But for those of you who have not read the manga, actually don't know where he is, but judging by the picture, probably he is either still looking for his mom or his family, or he is about to enter to like an academy, and his cousin, the red hair girl, just left him, and he is now impotent.
Okay.
So he has ED problems,
Yes.
which I found it hilarious. And another honorable mention, it's Masamune-kun Revenge, which...
Yeah.
Do you remember when was Masamune-kun, like the first season came out? I'm pretty sure like
say
2012, 2015.
That's maybe closer to 2015. We'll have to double check that real quick. But it has been quite a long time. This is definitely one of those really like well-known, pretty popular ones, I would say. And yeah, another season. Really excited for it.
Oh, okay. 2017, actually.
17, okay.
I thought it was way longer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it has been around for quite a bit. 2017, 6 years. This one, yeah, this one is just great because just the whole idea of him getting like way more popular, way better.
I mean, because he was
like,
this chubby guy.
Revenge.
He was this chubby guy,
fantastic.
and he was really good friends with the main girl.
Yeah.
But then one day, the main girl tells him like, "Oh, you're a pig. You're disgusting." And
yeah,
he's like, with the broken heart,
he takes it
and
really
he
hard.
just starts, pumping some steel, and he turns hot.
Yeah,
and
just like over that short amount of time, and he comes back, and they go in high school, and they're in the same class, and it's just
total drama.
Crazy, yeah,
so, yeah,
and oh my gosh, and like the whole childhood friends, and then is it like the maid too?
Oh, the maid, the maid. Oh, the maid is the one that plays a really crucial role of why he is like that, and also why the main girl is like that. Because the main girl is a terrible person. Yes. Oh, yes. But you cannot grow to hate her because it's like, that was an excellent move. So yeah, this is definitely to make your like 15-year-old teenage girl scream like, ah! Right. Just like that.
Yeah. Yep. Here's another one that comes back after many, many years. Bleach.
We had one last year, right?
Last year? Oh, yes, we did. Yeah. Yeah. So this is going to be 1,000-Year Blood War, The Separation. So yeah, even more Bleach. So woo for all the Bleach fans out there.
I've never watched that one.
Oh yes. You have mentioned that. Oh, yes.
I'm surprised there's a third season of this
no
dumpster
way.
on fire.
Yeah.
It's
like
Rent a Girlfriend season 3. I mean, if it has season 3, it's because people like it.
Yeah, and watching it, man, the main character, he is totally.
Oh boy, yeah.
He's totally wimp. But yeah, we'll see how far this goes into the story. There's quite a lot of chapters, and
I read more than what I needed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just kind of hard to get through because it's always him like thinking, like, what should I do? Things of that nature, and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see more of it in this anime for sure.
Yeah. Another honorable mention, HORIMIYA. This is the second season, pretty much.
Basically, yeah.
And this is really a unique romance anime. Because it's about kind of like this opposite attract.
Yeah.
And yeah, the story itself is really mature.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, I also thought that it was super funny how she's some sort of a masochist.
Okay.
When she says like, please hit me or like yell at me, and the guy is like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, please do it. And then the guy just yells at her or something, and she just gets super turned on, and he's like, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, this is another one for the 15-year-old teenage inside you that is like, like screaming for drama.
Yes. Very exciting.
Now we can start with the
here's some
with the animes, like the returning ones are we still have a few returning ones.
Yeah.
But for the actual animes.
That's right.
So this one, have you ever watched the movie The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman?
I don't think so.
No, it's a really
This
good
is
movie.
so-
But this is the same, but just with zombies. As ridiculous as it sounds, also the main character, Akira, he is a working adult. So
Okay,
it's not
that's
your
rare.
like teenage boy
Yeah.
that it's an idiot. It's your working adult that it's an idiot.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And so the story goes that this guy has been working, for this black company for the last 3 years, and he is dead. Kind of like physically speaking, like you can see that the shine in his eyes have disappeared completely. His apartment is a dumpster, and his life is miserable, and he's just like, I want something
Something out of
good
life.
to happen.
Yeah.
And so one day, he just wakes up from his garbage building, and everything it's a zombie. And people, it's just like screaming, like panicking, and he's like, yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this is my time. So he jumps down his
Wow.
apartment, like his neighbors are like crapping themselves. And he's like, hey, neighbors, lovely morning, ain't it? He's like, hey, I'm going to the supermarket. Do you guys want something?
Need anything?
And they're like, toilet paper? Toilet paper. Got it, dude. I'll be seeing you around.
Oh
They're like,
my God.
and they're like, there's zombies. He's like, I know. And he's just super excited. And he's kind of like starts sleeping again because, he doesn't have work now. He's unemployed.
Oh, yeah.
And he is like, oh, you know what? Now that everything's going to crap, I'm going to make a list of the 100 things that I want to do before I turn into a zombie. And he just starts writing it down, like a few of them, not 100 of them, like a few of them, of the things that he wants to do. Like he wants to confess to the girl he likes. And he wants to punch his boss. And he does that because his boss is already a zombie, and the girl that he likes is already a zombie,
A zombie too.
who had an affair with his boss. So he's like, I love you, and I always liked you. And the girl is like a zombie, is like, and he's like, all right, bye.
Check mark.
Yeah, and it's just
Wow.
and it's just like a roller coaster of bullcrap.
Oh yeah, because
'Cause-
this is just everything he's wanted to do his entire life, but he just makes his list now.
Yeah, and he's in a group with his best friend and another girl that joins in a little later, and Robert. Yeah, there's
Oh,
they go into like an AI run hotel. And
wow.
it's pretty messed up. But and there's another like a foreigner girl there. So yeah, the story itself is really good, and the story is developed according to the stuff that they want to do. Like, I want to travel across Japan. I want to, ride a motorcycle. I want to be a superhero. Like like a lot of like the stupidest things you would think about anime is like, yeah, they do it.
They do it.
So yeah, it is a really good one. I got really excited when I was reading the anime, and I will probably watch the anime. This is one of the few that is like, I want to see how this part is animated.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, it's a really good one. If you like the zombie ones, action, shonen,
Oh yeah.
this is a one for you. I wouldn't call exactly this, like a terror one.
Like horror.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it like that because it has some comedy.
Yeah.
So
Not quite like High School of the Dead then. Oh, what a crazy anime.
kind of like that, probably.
Oh gosh.
The thing with High School of the Dead is that we just thought it was a cute anime, and then it was like, ha, surprise!
Yeah, it
It's like,
turned way insane.
super messed up. It's like, yeah, there have been some messed up things, but those are things that are like, okay, you see them coming.
Oh yeah. The next one is Tsukinako ga Megane wo wasureta. The girl I like forgot her glasses. This is such a wholesome one.
It's super cute.
It's so cute. And looking into the manga, it just has so many different situations where they just play up her not having her glasses for any reason, but then because of that, she always relies on the MC, the guy, Komura. And it's so fantastic because it kind of this one kind of reminds me of the other, let's see, Ara-san is Unfathomable.
Aharen-san? Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like she can't judge the distance. Well, this one, it's that she can't see anything, so she's like squinting all the time, and she like
really
like her excuse
the
guy.
Her excuse is like,
cute.
oh well, I know the way to school like the palm of my hand, so I don't really need my glasses. And it's like,
yeah, it's like
okay,
no, yeah, and it's so wholesome. He always helps her a ton, but in so doing, he always gets doki doki because he's like, oh, she's too close, and
yeah,
like
and I really liked it. I mean, the character design of the manga is really cute, but for the trailer, it's like,
oh yes,
those close-ups is like, oh yeah. Even the lights and the close-up for the character of I think that's her name, right?
Let's see.
Yeah, Mia-san.
That's right.
Yeah. Like they make her look really, really cute.
Oh yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. Really, really cool, cute one. I recommend it for sure.
We have another honorable mention, real fast, is The Duke of Dead and His Maid Season 2. I was not able to keep reading the manga. The manga has already like more than 200 chapters.
Wow. Yeah, it's a big one. Whoa.
And it's, for those of you who haven't watched the first season, it's about this guy in the middle of the picture that it's right here. And everything that he touches turns gold. If gold was dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So he has to like wear gloves all the time. And he can't even like touch anything really.
Yeah. And he has his maid that it's...
Oh gosh. And she's like... She's not normal.
Yeah. So they're pretty much looking for the witch that casted the spell on him that he kills everything he touches. And I don't know. There's also the reason why I don't want to read the manga. It's that it's like, again, it's like me. If I read too far along in the manga, there's like a 50-50 chance that I will not want to watch the anime then. So it's like, I remember this one was one of the wholesome ones that I would watch like early in the morning, either Saturday or Sunday. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, you know what? That's going to be my Sunday anime.
Yes.
The one that I wake up to.
Oh, yes. Definitely worth it for that. Ooh, the next one I'm really attached to. Watashi no Shiawase na Kakkon, which is My Blissful Marriage. This one is going to be fantastic. It's one of those where she is basically given off to marry this noble guy. I think he's nobility.
He's like a high rank.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's a high rank. He's part of the military. And the thing is that she comes from a very, not only neglectful family, but like a family who totally rejected her in just a family level. So it's really, really sad for her background. So she's very melancholy. She's very like reserved to the point where she cries a lot and she like gets really like negative thinking if things even go slightly like off or slightly like attacking her or whatever. But yeah, her stepsister. Oh, what a jerk!
I mean, this is like a hardcore Cinderella.
Hardcore, yeah. And
also the other thing is that in this world, some families have supernatural powers.
That's right.
And the family where she comes from has like a super dangerous superpower that can control people's minds and heart.
Yeah.
And so the thing was that her mom and like married her dad, you know, for political reasons mostly. But then the mom died, and the dad remarried another woman from another family.
That he actually like.
She had another daughter, and the daughter had another power that was really good. And the thing is that that power was not as good as hers. The thing is that she doesn't have a power.
That's right. So she's kind of
that's why she was neglected, and she was just like, oh yeah, you know what? It's like, let's just give it away to this guy. Yeah, and there are like really bad rumors about this guy.
Oh yes,
but like everything turns out to be like not true, because also every girl that would go to that guy would be like a spoiled brat.
Yep.
And
totally
not
demanding.
You know, a girl with the self-esteem as high as the ground.
All right. Yeah. Really wholesome. I really like it. There's some intrigue that happens farther down the line with some of the powers and things. But yeah, really great. I love their relationship. And she has such cute moments when she like goes like blink face, those chibi huge eyes. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really emotional one.
Yes.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of Fruit Baskets.
Oh, just like the overall vibe.
Yeah.
I could see that, actually. I could see that. It has just a few chapters. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think it's originally a novel, right? Yeah.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the manga adaptation doesn't have many. So this is one of the ones that I will probably also watch.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Okay, the next one. This is also from a light novel. It's called Liar Liar. It's interesting. So it's this dude that goes to school, and you know, it's these fantastic schools that are located on an island. And all the students are there, and you know, like money and stuff, it's all managed by school and like your grades and kind of like your status.
Okay.
And there are certain stars. So a lot of students have like stars. Well, not a lot. A few have stars, and they can challenge other people to games, kind of like No Game No Life kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's like
similar to that.
If they lose the game, they lose the star, and there's some punishment. So this guy actually beats in a game like the top student, and he had 0 stars, and he beats the top student, and now he's like the top dog, and he's like, oh crap.
Oh yeah.
So he now has to put up this front that he is the best of the best, when for most of the time he has no idea what's happening. And also it turns out that he has one special star that allows him to lie and not get discovered. But turns out that he thinks he had that star from the beginning, but he actually kind of like stole it from the student that he beat. And that student is a fake top student. So yeah.
Wait, does he know that?
Yeah, he later knows that, and he's like, okay, so now we have to lie.
Not only has to lie.
Yeah, he had to lie to the school and everyone else, because if they discover that he's, you know, faking his power and status, he will get kicked out of school. And you know, he has one purpose for being in that school, and that which they haven't said.
Okay.
But yeah, right now it's just like a mumble jumble mess. Of liars. That's why this one is called Liar Liar.
I do see a couple of cute girls in the pictures, so
the red-haired girl because the red-haired girl is supposed to be the daughter of the guy that founded the school. But she is actually a fake one. So like so
everybody is like
everybody's freaking lying.
Everybody's lying.
It's like, you know, the movie Liar Liar from Jim Carrey is like, yeah, it's just like that.
Wow. Okay.
It's just that they're not telling the truth every time. Yet.
Not yet. Ah, yes. Exciting. Next one is Nanatsu no Maken ga Shihai Suru. This one has a pretty intense beginning because it's, of course, a academy type anime. This one, there's like fantasy beasts, and the beginning was really like odd to me because there was like a troll in this parade, but then a couple of students are like in danger, and so they have to like save them. It was really odd, but this one has 6 swords, was it? And then seventh.
Six Spellblades.
Yes.
Because this is like Harry Potter with swords.
Yeah, with swords. Yeah.
And the way it works, it's again a light novel. There are only like 6 or 7 chapters in the manga adaptation.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this Harry Potter with swords, the wizards have their wand, but they also have a sword because in a fight they can do at like medium to long range, but at close quarters, they're stupid and they get killed. So that's why they have a sword.
They get killed way too easily.
And so there are like 6 like the most powerful spells that cannot be like counter or avoided or whatever. There are only 6 of them, and they are like the curses in Harry Potter. They're
okay.
Like they should not be used. Like they're forbidden.
Okay.
But the thing is that at the beginning, the main character, he doesn't even look like a main character. But he is, this standard plot that has been coming a lot recently of like, oh yeah, the main character just wants to stay in the background.
Yeah, not noticed or show off.
Not be noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to do something like that because in reality, he holds a really powerful power. Yeah. But the thing is that the girl in here, she is like a samurai. She doesn't know magic. But she uses magic, kind of like as not. It comes natural to her. She doesn't know that she's using magic. Yeah. However, she's using it.
Yeah. And like her hair, like
I
don't know if it glows,
changes, or like some super science stuff. Yeah. And she is actually able to use with her sword a technique that cannot be counter or if it hits, it hits.
Yes.
And she doesn't even know that. What's that? She just thinks like, oh, it's the power of my sword. And the guy is like,
technique. Or
what the heck is that? This is a new technique. And in my plan, because his plan is to kill some people. I'm not gonna go a little more. Yeah. He plans to kill some people, and he thinks that like, oh, I better either make her my ally, or stay the heck away from her.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm not sure if I will be watching it.
Okay.
Or probably I'll just wait until there are a good amount of episodes.
Okay. Yeah.
The next one, it's Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh yes.
This is holy crap. It has been rebooted like 2 or 3 times or more.
Oh yes, and there's some live action adaptations too.
This is a manga from the 90s, I believe, early 90s, I think.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And it's kind of like an historical shonen one. The guy in here, he is a samurai. I forgot the name in here. But he is really good. Oh, yes. He has a sword that has, the edge. It's backwards. So that's a type of sword. So every time that like, you know, he attacks someone, it's not attacking with the sharp edge. It's attacking with the blunt part. And in this time in Japan, it's at the beginning of the Meiji era. And you know, the beginning of the Meiji era was a total mess.
It was.
Because
warlords like
the shogun was still around. Like
struggles.
His power was not as strong, but there were still some factions that still wanted samurais. And you know, it was at this time that Japan was beginning to become more influenced by the West.
That's right.
As you know, like having guns or like putting more regulations to samurais, like prohibiting people from carrying swords. And it is just in this part where there's also a girl that she has a dojo for kind of like kendo, because you know, like samurai pretty much it's like the roots of kendo.
That's right.
With the bamboo sword. And she has a dojo of that, and there's one guy that it's using her technique, claiming to be this really atrocious samurai that kills everyone and everything for its own gain. But turns out that our main character here, he is actually like the guy that it's supposed to be feared.
That's right.
But you know, stuff has passed and he has given up his sword. That's why he has this blunt edge sword. Because he's like, nope, I was once like this killer. But 10 years have passed. The Meiji era started. Everything's supposed to be good. And in these places, like there's still, you know, a lot of separation of classes, like, you know, rich, poor, samurais, not samurais, merchants. And it's just a really big mess that if it wouldn't be a shonen, I would think that it would be a really good anime, because you know, being shonen, it's constrained by a few things. Probably that's the reason of why it has been rebooted so many times. But the guy is hilarious. It has all the characteristics of a shonen protagonist.
Yes, it does. It sure does.
So moving on to the next one, it's San Cecilia and Pastor Ladens, or Shiro Seijo Tukuro Bukushi, which is like the white saint and the black pastor, or like the black priest. And this is just like Imoto Umaru-chan, but it's a saint.
Basically.
Because
it's so funny.
This is another one of the cute ones. Because I also love the faces that Cecilia made. And also she's terribly in love with the pastor. And the pastor is terribly dense.
So dense. So dense.
There are some more plot points. The fact that the saint, you know, she has some supernatural powers to protect people or to heal them, kind of thing. But she is still a person. So she can get sick, and definitely she can die. And the pastor, he has a weird complexion in a way that he attracts both good, kind of like spiritual or supernatural beings, and bad spiritual and supernatural beings. And while she is with him, there's not really a lot of problems. But whenever they're like kind of like apart, like whenever he gets like headaches or something, is because there are like either like angels that just love him, and she's just like shoo them away. So,
and she has like this overprotective nature where she puts like too many protective spells, maybe like wards on him. It's hilarious.
And he is also the same. He just like loves to dot on her, and I don't think this anime will put the part where he actually starts to be aware of Cecilia, like,
Ah,
oh, she's a girl.
yeah.
Oh, I think I like her.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh, right.
probably
Yeah,
it won't be
he's
as
so
far
dense.
as that part, but yeah,
Probably
he's
not.
super dense. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's the destiny of all the protagonists. That they have to stop being dense at some point.
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty cute. And the manga, it has like 4-panel. It has like a 4-panel style.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. We'll see how it's we'll see how it's adapted. So yeah, it's a cute one. Oh boy, the next one is Uchi no Kaisha no Chisai Senpai no Hanashi, which is something like
My senpai from
senpai.
work is
Yeah.
tiny and cute.
Yeah, tiny and cute. That's right. This one, it's another work one which I really appreciate. We've seen similar situations in a couple of other manga, anime.
Like my senpai is annoying. Or,
Yes, that one. Yes.
Or
Also a very small.
the ice guy and the cool
Yeah.
female colleague.
Yep, similar relationship. Yeah, this one is going to be great. It's basically their work relationship, and I haven't read a whole lot of it, but yeah, it's going to be a really cute one too. Yes.
Okay, this is the one that we all been waiting for.
Yes. Yeah. Oh boy.
I've been trying to come up with a joke or something, but
but the picture has
like,
it all.
There's nothing.
Yeah,
we can compare
we can't
it
even
to.
make fun of it.
It's like, oh yeah, imagine a vending machine, but in the Middle Ages in Europe. Yeah, it like sounds ridiculous. Well, guess what? So yeah, we have this guy that he just loves vending machines, you know? He loves them so much that he is crushed to death by one.
While he's trying to save it from falling over or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he reincarnates into a vending machine in another world, because of course.
Oh, naturally.
And you know, he bans any type of food, pretty much. As long as people has the money, he can dispense food. One of the good things is that the food that he dispenses is just good. It tastes delicious, but it doesn't gonna piled up to, you know, status effects like we've seen with other animes. That's
right. Yeah. So it's not like the people he's with will get like super amazing abilities or get OP. It's just literally a vending machine with good food. The situations are hilarious. Like with the huge frog that they try to defeat. He's like, oh man, what's gonna like defeat this
Mentos,
frog?
right?
Mentos.
They use Mentos
and cola.
And cola is like,
and it's like, what? Are you serious? So,
okay, that was kind of
OP. Oh yes,
because it's like, okay, that's super
like,
anime.
Oh yeah, so anime. Because it's like, what?
Like, oh
yeah,
monster. Let's throw them cup noodles.
Okay.
But yeah, so the girl that is carrying him, she's super strong, but she's sort of a klutz.
Yeah.
And they are inside a dungeon, right?
Yeah, they go to dungeons.
No, I think
are they like in?
Yeah, I think they are inside a dungeon.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think
kind of like in,
they are inside a dungeon.
Okay.
And they're like villages and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But the place where they are, it's a dungeon, and he can buy some skills.
Oh yes, like protective barriers.
Yeah, but he has to spend points, and the way to spend points are kind of like the same type of currency to change the food that he has to serve, and also it's like people has to spend money on him.
That's right.
There's no other way. He cannot talk. He cannot move. So he relies a lot on this girl, and like he manages to work on like a communication system with her.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Because, you know, apparently this is one of those smart vending machines that is like,
It's
oh, hello,
welcome. Hello.
how can I serve you?
Mhm.
Thank you for your patronage. It's like,
Goodbye. And simple things like no.
So-
yeah, it's
so yeah,
we'll
like
see.
if you're
we'll
gonna
see. It's
watch
really,
this anime,
it's really fascinating.
just grab your logic and
Mhm.
common sense
throw
and
out
throw
the
it out of
window.
the window.
Exactly. Love it. So this next one is level 1 Daikedo unique skill da Sakyo des, or my unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. This one, there is a manga for it. I didn't read it so far, but this one, he basically, well, I remember you told me a little bit about it. He basically makes food for others, and it like buffs them.
No, that was another anime from last season.
Oh, okay.
So this one is this guy just. I mean, again, your standard trap. It's like he dies from overworking because it's like, we've been neglecting Truck-kun a lot.
We have, yeah. It's been
He's
like trains.
It's like
and
what?
just
Yeah, what
overwork
happened with the good old fashioned drunk driver that just isekais people with his truck?
Oh yes, yeah.
It's like now it's like, well, I guess it's more credible. He died from overwork. It's like,
Oh yeah.
okay, yeah, that's the chances of that happening are actually higher than. But also, anyways, he dies.
Yeah.
And he wakes up inside a dungeon. But he's just inside a dungeon, and he finds this little girl, the yellow hair girl. I forgot her name because I always aim to remember the names.
Oh yes.
But yeah, this guy's name is Ryota. It sounds super funny in Spanish. And everyone in here, has a tier in skill. And there are a lot of dungeons for everything, pretty much. So, like, there are dungeons for, like, veggies. There are dungeons for meat. There are dungeons for jewels. So, everything that you can imagine that, we normally obtain by, like, harvesting, manufacturing, whatever reason. It's actually obtained by killing monster inside the dungeons. And also, because people have certain tiers, it will define how much the monsters drop, like in both quantity and quality.
Yeah.
And so this guy, it's level 1, but his tier for gathering food or like materials, you name it, it's S.
S tier.
But everything else, like, intelligence, power, defense, HP, it's like super, super small. Like an ant could hit him and it could kill him. Kind of.
Yeah.
And the girl, like, she's decent enough, but her gathering skills are not so good. So the thing with him is that there comes a place, actually, a dungeon that it's called Nihonium.
Okay.
Because Japan and in this dungeon there are really hard enemies, but they don't drop anything except for him, since he has like S in all the gatherings. Whenever he kills a monster from this dungeon, he gets a stone, and that stone increases like his stats. And like the world building, it's pretty simple, but yet it's good. They start saying how like you can only kill monsters inside the dungeon, because if you kill monsters outside the dungeon, like they disappear, they don't drop anything, and they become more powerful. But in truth, because again, since he has this level S in gathering, when he kills monsters outside of the dungeon, he gets some pretty good things. For example, a freaking gun.
Oh, no way. Oh, okay. That's exciting.
Yeah, so he finds a gun, then bullets, then another gun.
Oh, no
So he
way.
has 2 freaking guns.
Wow.
And he's like, okay, yeah, you cannot go more OP than this.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of like a slow build-up. Your standard isekai stuff. Again, throw your common knowledge and logic out of the window for this isekai and just enjoy the fan service that occasionally shows up.
There you go.
Okay, so the next one, we have another rom-com that is called The Dreaming Boy is a Realist.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if I will watch this, but I read is that this guy, his name is Wataru Sojo, and he has a really deep crush on this girl, and he's always telling her that he likes her and he loves her.
Go out with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one day he gets almost hit by a soccer ball.
Yeah.
And he kind of like sees his life flashing on his eyes, and then he's like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
I've been spending so much time and she clearly has no interest in me. I must sound like a freaking creep.
I've been wasting my time.
And he starts
changes.
He starts thinking super logically.
Yeah.
And he's like,
scarily enough.
Yeah, he's like, no, she doesn't like me because otherwise she would have said something already.
Yeah.
But
also she always keeps telling him like, oh, please, no, stop.
Yeah, and he's like,
and like,
oh yeah, she's been telling me to stop. I'm a creep.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh crap. And so he starts kind of like taking her distance, and then she's like, why did he stop doing that? So the thing is that, as you can imagine, she also likes him, but she's a tsundere. So
yes.
The rom-com, it's just about them and their awkward situations, because she's trying to make him, again, to follow her up and tell her all these cute things while she is rejecting him. But he's like, no. If I do this, I will sound like a creep. And so he gets in situations with other girls.
That's right. Yeah.
Where he's like, oh no, I'm also being a creep, like here. Yeah. It's just an awkward moment.
Oh yeah.
Every episode.
Oh yeah.
But super funny.
Oh yeah.
All in all.
Yeah. I'll probably give it a try. Yes. This next one is Jutsu wa ore Sakyo deshita. Am I really the strongest? This one is going to be a really wild ride. This guy, he becomes a shut-in really, really early on, third year of middle school. And he just lives his life for like 5 years as shut-in. And he just straight up he just dies. And so, like, we don't even know the reason. But he gets reincarnated to this world with magic and with a pretty interesting like leveling system. But in the sense that this crystal ball shows only 2 digits for like the level, and his is shown as only level 2, 02. And it's so weird, because the goddess was like, oh, I'll give him like a really strong, like really strong stuff. I'll send this world and he'll have an easy life or whatnot. Because he only wants an easy life. Like, he just wants to be a shut-in, even in this new life that he has. But what happens is that he has 4 digits to his level. Because when he tried
1002, right?
Yeah, 1002.
He's like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what? Yeah, it's so crazy. He even tried making a 3-digit level reader,
like
and
0,
he's
0,
still,
2.
yeah, even he's a little confused. But it's a great story.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous at the beginning. His parents, they're the king and queen, but they were like, oh, he's too low level. Like, oh, we didn't give birth to him. And just throw him out.
Yeah.
So messed up. Yeah. And then some things happen where he gets like this Fenrir to follow him, and then he's an adopted family. It's great. He has a little sister in his adoptive family. She's pretty funny. But yeah, this story.
Yeah, I just thought that it was a little over the top, the stuff that he was able to do with his powers.
Oh yeah,
because it's like
he has barrier magic.
It's like, dude, like what the heck? He's like, you can connect to Japan and watch Netflix, like watch anime.
Yeah, you
can make portals.
Yeah, video surveillance.
Yeah, video surveillance,
and all for like, barrier magic.
You can make a freaking clone.
No sense. Yeah, I think that's the weirdest one of all of them because he's like, oh, I want him to like.
Oh, and he was able to, speak just like with the vibration of the barrier.
Ah, yes, as a little baby. Like, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So like, it's the magic system. They're like his barrier powers makes no sense, but definitely one of those like OP. Him trying to get the life that he wants, but things happen around him where he just can't quite get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Definitely one of those OP ones.
It is a strange one.
Yeah.
The next one is also an isekai. And it's about a villainess again.
Oh, yes.
So it's about this girl that isekais to this girl from like when she was young. Kind of like I forgot the name. With Katarina.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember if it was also a game?
Oh yes, that one. It was a Otome.
It's also an Otome game. Right. So yeah, she reincarnates into that, and she's like, "Oh, I know the game," and oh crap, I'm the bad one.
Yep.
And she also like remembers all like kind of like this atrocious stuff that her character makes just because her character is supposed to be like a power hungry villain.
Yeah.
And she makes a lot of messed up decisions.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I will not do that. But I think that that's my character. And I think that eventually I will do that. So she starts fixing like her life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she starts putting a lot of kind of like safety measures as to like with some of the people that she interacts. She's like, oh, you know what? I've saved you, but if I ever derail from the path, you kill me. You got it?
Yeah.
And the people is like, why are you telling me this? You're like the most wonderful person that I've ever met. Why would you say something so sad?
Yeah. Because she has those memories of what her character did.
Oh, and actually kind of like her power in the novel, it's see the future, right?
Precognition.
Yeah, precognition, and also, well, her power is kind of garbage since she's isekai and she knows what's gonna happen.
She already knows the game. Yeah, I thought that was an odd one because it's like when she gets her memories of this previous life when she's 8 years old, she's like, oh, I have a younger sister. And it's like, she knew that from the game. So yeah, it's kind of odd because it's like precognition and knowing the game beforehand. It's like one or the other.
Because the thing is that the precognition, it's the one that actually pulls like an emotional tool on her, showing her what could have happened. And she's like, oh, no, I gotta tell this guy that even though I did good to him, I could probably turn bad. So just like give him a warning and just tell him to kill me. And it's like, and the people is like, girl, why would you say that? Like, don't say. And the people, the thing is that the people around her, like his adopted brother or like the other knife, the other knight guy are like, someone is plotting something against her. We're gonna protect her. And he's like, no, in reality, it's like just her paranoid self. So yeah, it's an interesting one take again. Again, I didn't quite understand like the precognition and the you already know what's happening, so your powers are kind of useless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see how it goes.
Yeah, I like otome game anime type show. So yeah, we'll see. The next one is Dark Gathering. This is really intense. Like supernatural spirits, ghosts, things of that nature.
Gory.
If you like that type of stuff, the first one with the telephone booth. Oh man!
I mean, the most messed up stuff is that the main character is a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah. Yes. And okay, yeah. It's. I wonder if you can see it in this picture. Just barely. This is the freaky part. She has double pupils in her eyes. But it's not just that; they look like skulls inside of her eyes, or like however it looks visually. It's so creepy because she is searching out. Well, for reasons, but she's searching for ghosts basically, and this guy.
And she's racing them as well.
Yeah. In the scariest way imaginable. Oh my gosh. And so we kind of get introduced to this world and introduced to her too through this guy who can he doesn't really do anything on his part. He has a predisposition for ghosts or like the supernatural, where
kind of like
the
Black Priest, but in a really messed up way.
Yes. Yeah, they are kind of similar, huh? Yeah. So
yeah, the only thing like with
he draws out the spirits.
The other anime, that was a cute one.
Oh yes.
This one is like
the saint in the
call my demons.
Like this one is creepy as all get out. And so there's some cool developments I think to the story itself. Like she is looking for her mom. I think that's a pretty cool idea. He is like really he's really creeped out by her, but having her putting him in those situations is like, oh man, that's dangerous, but really creepy.
Yeah, so, the thing with this guy is that he has been cursed by a ghost. And he has
on his right hand.
On his right hand. Oh yeah,
on his right.
And there's another girl that she is the cousin of the little girl. She has also a curse on her left hand. And oh boy, so when they show like what they have on their hand, like underneath the globe,
oh boy,
it's like it's nerve endings, and it just looks so freaking creepy.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really creepy anime. I might give it a try. I don't like horror generally, but I think this one would be really cool, like really intense show.
The concept itself is really good because it revolves around, like urban legends or like spirits from Japan, and they actually show places, and it's like, hey, this is a part where like Hinako-san has been spotted or something like that.
Yeah, things of that nature.
And she is trying to capture those ghosts into kind of like voodoo dolls or something like that.
So
to
creepy.
one, protect her.
Oh my gosh.
And two, to make them fight for her.
Oh my goodness.
And they're like from spirits, like low-level spirits. Like, they will only cause you nightmares. To like spirits that will straight up kill you in the most horrific way.
Yeah.
And it's like,
curses.
I shouldn't be reading these at midnight. So I needed my slice of life after reading like 20 chapters or so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into that, kind of like it reminds me of like Mieruko-san,
Oh yes.
the girl that could also see ghosts. Like,
yeah.
if you're into that kind of creepy
occult
stuff,
stuff.
it's like go for
Yeah.
it. You're gonna love this anime because it's creepy as heck.
Yeah. Yeah.
If not, I hope that what we just told you, you take it to your heart
and skip.
and skip it.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely not for the faint part.
Yeah.
Oh, and her shoes. Her shoes are so fantastic.
Well, you know, for some reason, I have the feeling that the opening and ending will be bangers for some reason.
Oh, they will be. I bet they will be.
But oh boy. The next one, I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah.
It's HELK.
Oh yes.
It's,
I couldn't find the manga.
You
for
couldn't?
it. I
Oh
couldn't.
boy. Yeah,
it's
actually a web manga. It's super short, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, it's like how many chapters actually? Like 100 or something chapters?
I can't remember.
So the thing is that HELK, this guy is a hero. And you at the beginning might be a little put off on the first episodes because everything starts on the demons' country. And the demons are starting this competition to find out who will be the next demon lord, because the demon lord was just killed by the hero. And then like you see all kinds of demons, and then you see HELK that is just like a crunk.
Okay.
Like is this huge guy always smiling. He's like, do you want to hug him? The thing is that everyone is like, what the heck is a human doing here?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, and he is a hero. He is not the hero that killed the demon lord, but he is a hero.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, on the first episode, everything seems kind of like the anime is going nowhere. Kind of like one of those silly animes.
Okay.
Because it's just like, oh,
like, it doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah, and the thing is that because it's this competition, there is one of the above the demon lord that it's like the heavenly kings. One of those heavenly kings is like, oh no, we gotta take him out of the competition. We cannot have a human be a demon lord. And so she is doing a lot of dumb things to make him lose, but it seems that it just helps him.
Oh, weird.
And he is like actually making it to the finals.
Nice, nice.
And so the actual story takes place close to one of the last competitions. They have to go and retake the Demon Lord Castle. And so when they go there, they see a bunch of kind of like angels. And so this is where crap hits the fan. Because these angels are actually forced heroes.
Oh.
So like humans, the way they become heroes is kind of like unlocking their potential. Or like their kind of like their limits, going past their limits.
Yeah, like One Punch Man.
Yeah, kind of like that. And
HELK,
it seems that he has done that naturally.
Oh.
That's why he is like that. And also the thing is that HELK, it's being prosecuted by the humans because he's been labeled as the hero killer.
Oh, no way. Okay.
And the thing is that, okay, he sees the humans and he sees that they're angels and they're actually like, they were forced to become heroes it didn't happen like him. That's why they have wings. And like the reason behind all of that, it's just a big mess that it's super dramatic and super interesting that I just don't want to talk don't want to talk more about that.
No, yeah.
But it's the war between the demons and the humans. And as you might have guessed, the humans are the bad guys again.
Okay.
But it's just not all the humans. Pretty much the humans are being used by something else. There's kind of like a power that it's controlling everything.
Yeah.
And HELK,
fascinating. And
HELK wants the help of the demons to save the humans. And at the same time, he is taking this role of the martyr that is like, well, if you don't want to help me, if I need to die just to save the humans, I will do
I'll
it.
take that. Yeah.
Because the story is super good.
Yeah.
Things happen with his waifu, with his family, and like how he became the hero, and like everything was laid out perfectly over the spans of like 100 and something chapters.
Whoa, okay.
And I don't know how far the anime is gonna go, but I sure hope they adapt everything eventually, because the story is super good. But I reckon that the first probably 3 chapters are gonna be a bit boring.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be like, oh, this is standard fantasy, kind of like joke one. But no, it's more than that. Past that. So yeah, just wait after that tournament shenanigans happen, because the story from a joke turns into like, oh crap.
Wow, that sounds pretty exciting.
So yeah,
I'm excited for that.
So yeah, excited for that one. I'll definitely be watching it.
Very cool.
Because yeah, just HELK, his whole persona.
Yeah.
It's explained why he is like that.
Okay. Ooh, this one is going to be pretty exciting. Genjutsu no Hoyane, Sunshine in the Mirror. This is going to be kind of a special one because it's one of my favorite characters from the Love Live series. So this one isn't really based on a manga. It's kind of like based on, I think it was, or it says web manga. Oh, fascinating. I was thinking there was like some, well, anyway, this one is about YOHANE. So she's really cute and I just love her personality.
She's supposed to be a fortune teller, but everyone just comes up to her like if she were a handyman. Oh yeah. This is a comedic one. Like,
yes,
don't think too much about it. This is just that Japanese comedy at its peak.
Oh yes.
So yeah.
Yes. I'm way for it. I'm gonna be really looking forward to it for sure.
Okay, the next one is The Great Cleric, or Seijamusu Salaryman Isekai de Ikinokuru Tame no Ayumu Michi. This is another one of the isekais that I'll probably give it a try.
Okay.
I mean, it's ridiculous on itself. Not as ridiculous as probably the next one that we will be talking about.
Oh, yes.
But it's, again, this guy died, isekai, and he can choose what he wants to be. And he chooses to be a healer. Because in this world, healers are really respected.
Yeah.
But the thing is that as soon as he arrives to the nearest town, he sees that actually, as healers are really respected, they are actually also hated. Because they have monopolized pretty much the healthcare system. And they charge really crazy amounts just to heal people. And so, needless to say that the common folk don't have on good lights the healers. And so he starts to learn, like, basic healing at the Healers Guild, but then he goes to the Adventurers Guild and also like starts learning from the guild master, and he tells him like, hey, what if I work here as a healer and you train me, and that'll be a good trade because I don't have money and I don't want to die if I go outside and I don't know even how to defend myself. So the guild master says like, okay, sure. He gives him some nasty crap to drink that it's a really OP potion, but that sadly that potion has some side effects that you learn later what those side effects are. But he actually becomes like strong physically, and he becomes pretty much a national treasure in this town because he's like healing for like super cheap. and like the other healers are like, oh, he's taking away our business. And so some stuff happened. He is sent to the capital. He becomes even better because he starts working for the church, and he is now even more influential. He comes back, and the development, it's really nice because it's over the span of a lot of years. That's one thing that I thought it was done really good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the previous one that we were talking about, the Am I Actually the Strongest? It actually develops in a span of more years.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because he reincarnates like 9 years, like with 9 or 10 years or so. And then up until he's a little older. So yeah, it was a good one, all in all.
Oh yes.
And I didn't see any OP stuff that he inherently has. It's because of the magic potion that he drinks. So the next one,
boy.
I started watching this, reading this, sorry.
Yes.
A couple of years ago when it was just starting, and I kind of stopped, so I retook it. It's called Tempuru, or Temple. And it's pretty much another rom-com. Have you ever watched Grand Blue? I forgot.
Oh, yes.
But the surfing one, or like the scuba diving one.
Oh, the scuba diving. Oh, yes. Yes, I have. Yeah.
So this is the same author.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, you know,
abounding girls and
situations that are just like etchy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about Akagami. This is the main guy. He comes from, I would say, an erotic family. Yes. And what I mean by that is that his father, and before him, his grandfather, are, you know, like, men of a lot of women.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Just
playboys.
Yeah.
Yep.
And their motto is it's bad to be alone, and it's good to have one, but it's even better to have two.
Oh my
and even better to have three, or something like that goes the motto.
Yeah. Oh my
And
gosh.
the thing is that he's been ostracized because of his family name, the Akagami family. Yeah. So he wants to get rid of his earthly desires, and he goes to a temple to request to become a monk. But the temple that he goes is actually a nunnery.
Oh my gosh.
But it also turns out that the nunnery he stops by, his father owns a lot of money, like 20 million yen or so.
Wow.
And so he's like, okay. So he starts working there to, you know, start pay the debt.
Yes.
And in this nunnery, there are 3 sisters, 2 foreigners, and the head priest. And as you can imagine, it kind of like develops into like a harem type in which all the girls, except for the head priest, have the hots for him.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you know, all these situations are super hilarious because, you know, instead of having like an angel and a devil, he has like a priest and a pervert that it's kind of like a miniature version of him naked. And both and both of them are garbage. There was like, yeah, go get him.
Oh no.
So neither one of them tells him like the right thing to do, and
so
he tends to hit himself or like punch himself. He's like, no, goodbye early desires, and the girls are like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. Hold up. So yeah, it's a really crude comedy with a lot of, you know, sex jokes.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And each one of the girls, it's a character on their own.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's another like one of those harem comedies. Yeah. Which you will have to choose who's your best girl.
Yes. It's gonna be fierce.
But yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. It is. We also have Undead Girl Murder Farce. This one is kind of unique. It's I would say like 1800s Europe, kind of like steampunk almost with that type of era. We have this guy, and well, I'll just get straight to the point. These two people, the guy and the maid, are carrying around the head of like this immortal being. And it's really, really wacky because they're vampires and a few supernatural things, but they are traveling on a carriage and they go to this house where basically the wife of this guy is murdered. But this world is kind of messed up too. They have vampires, like they're normal. They're like anywhere you go, but they're kind of like subjugated or defeated, where they don't prey on people like sucking their blood or anything. They kind of have to live in their own pockets or like by themselves. And so when they go to this house and this woman is murdered, the head of this woman basically solves the case or starts deducing and figuring out who actually did it. It's a pretty cool case in that situation. So it's basically Sherlock Holmes meets vampires in this story.
And Sherlock Holmes doesn't have a body.
Yes. And, oh yeah, that's right. They make an appearance, Sherlock and Watson. Fascinating.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah. And also Phineas Fogg also makes an appearance. The guy.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I didn't read that far. But yeah, in this world, really the guy is actually human, half human. Oh, well, he's a percentage human.
That's right.
Because his blood was contaminated with that of kind of like an ogre or something like that.
Yeah.
A like type of demon.
Yeah, a type of demon.
And so they are looking for the guy that actually made him that way.
That's right.
Because it's the same guy that stole the rest of the body of this detective head.
That's right. Yep. And so they team up to hunt down this.
So yeah,
I'm not even sure what type of character the villain is, but he's like infatuated with demons. So yeah, they team up. The maid, I think she was her maid. Like originally,
yeah, she was
also there.
She's the only survivor. From when she got her body stolen, the maid was the only survivor.
Dang. Yeah.
So yeah, it is an interesting one. There's like a good balance between like fighting and analyzing like the case and like the mystery solving.
Oh yes. Yeah. So
it's an interesting one.
It is.
It's seems to me that it's most of the time it's going to be kind of like obscure and everything. Most of it's going to happen kind of like around night or at the break of dawn.
Yeah, it's going to be a mysterious air to it for sure.
Okay. We have another slice of life, which is the masterful cat is depressed again today. Which
by the picture.
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant cat
so
taking care of an office lady. And yeah, it's one of those like the ghost, the baby ghost anime from a couple seasons ago. One of those that the cat is doing the chores and he's taking care of the lady. So it's one of those like to rest and just like watch. Okay, so this one, it's called The Gene of I, or I no Idenshi. This is a world in the near future where artificial intelligence or androids are actually now considered kind of like people. And I don't know if probably you didn't watch it because it was not that famous. But did you ever hear about one that is called Dr. Ramune?
I've heard of it. Pretty sure
It's from a couple years ago, or probably like 1 or 2 years ago. So Dr. Ramune, it's about this doctor that treats really peculiar illnesses, and as you could guess, the Ramune, it's kind of like a candy. These illnesses are based from like candies. So like a person like with anxiety or something just starts forming candy out of his hand or whatever, and and everything is coming from an emotional distress or a mental distress.
Okay.
So it's a really good show about mental health in general. This one is pretty similar in a way that it's attacking all of those kind of like mental disorders that a lot of times are hard to talk about, but with machines. Because in this world, even though androids are now kind of like considered people, they cannot mess with their hardware or software because that's considered illegal. And this guy, he's a doctor, but he's also kind of like an underground android doctor. So he can do backups, he can do install new software kind of thing. And this is kind of like an episodical kind of thing. Like every chapter is different. One of the first chapters is that he's going to do the backup of an android family, or like an android wife that she hit her head and she's starting to like malfunction. So they want to do a backup, format the wife and install the backup again. And it's that like, is that going to be the same wife? Even though it's a backup.
Oh, so it's the whole moral dilemma of what is a person and will that person be the same even if they're like rebooted, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So it's a lot of moral dilemmas slash also like emotional dilemmas, because they're like actually people that fall in love with androids and androids that fall in love with people. And it's that dilemma. I was like, is that really considered a relationship?
Yeah.
Because it's like things that you like probably like 30 years ago people wouldn't think about. Now it's like, okay, you know what? We're not that far off. So yeah, this show is tackling these really intricate topics that I just found it super interesting. So yeah, we'll see how that develops.
Yes. I wanted to mention one of the specials, Fate, Strange Fake, Whispers of Dawn. It looks like it is based on a light novel, but it is in the Fate universe. So yeah, another Fate for all of the Fate fans out there. I am probably missing quite a lot of Fates now.
Yeah,
since there are so many, but I'm a fan. No,
I haven't touched any of those either. I was like, really? That's also one of the ones that I don't want to dive into.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard really good things, and like I've watched a lot of clips, and it's like, okay, it looks amazing.
It's fantastic. Studio Ufotable. I just love. And
it's
apparently
A1
this
Pictures
one
now.
will be A1 Pictures. I really like Fate, the Three Routes. There are a lot of Fates that I haven't seen. I've also seen Fate Grand Order, but I'm missing a couple of some of those in that series. But I'm a huge fan of like Fate, Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, Heaven's Feel. Oh, Heaven's Feel just had super great movie trilogy in the past few years. So yeah, I really like the Fate universe. So we'll see how this one is. It looks like it is a special. So yeah, kind of like an honorable mention.
Yeah, we also have a few movies like the Hibiki Euphonium, but probably they won't come here until like next year or so.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'll be a while.
So it's like, boy. We also have like Bastard again, Records of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Baki, all of those that are normally on Netflix.
Oh yes, Netflix.
Because you know, like Netflix likes these.
Yeah, like really in your face, fighting. Oh yeah, quite a few. It's a lot.
Just to finish up the last anime, it's kind of like a fantasy one. It's a level 1 Demon Lord and 1 Room Hero, and this one is just ridiculous as well. So it's about this hero that beats the Demon Lord. Then 10 years later, the Demon Lord kind of like revives because doesn't reincarnate. He just like wakes up, and I want to make an emphasis on here. He wakes up and goes to see the hero, just to see that the hero is a complete mess. Because he's like living in a crappy apartment. His sword is just like lying around there. Like his entire apartment is filled with garbage. His life has gone down the drain because he's been accused of a lot of crimes. Socially, kind of like.
Okay.
And so he turns into kind of like this girl. Because, you know, this is kind of like a Najimi case where it's like, oh, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Who cares? And so she, whatever that is, the Demon Lord is trying to make the hero get up on his feet so they can have again their battle.
Have it out.
But it also, like, outside of that, the situation in the world or like the country, it's a complete chaos. Because like members of his party are divided between like opposing bands, and they're fighting with each other. And it seems that he's been caught on the crossfire because they want the hero to be on their side, but he's like, dude, I'm a nobody. He's like, people hate me. Like, I defeated the Demon Lord. That was it. Then they had no use for me. Now I'm just this creep Oji-san that people is just wary of. And so it's kind of like this really also, again, kind of like crude comedy. Of like, let's make fun of this pathetic guy. It's like, crap.
Yikes.
And some of the shots are kind of like explicit, you know, fan service. So if you want to check it out for the plot, if you know what I mean by the plot,
the plot.
I guess you can do it.
Probably worth it for that.
Oh boy. But cool. That was it. We had a few other animes that we skipped.
There were
probably these are not all the animes. Because you know, sometimes
probably a few shoo-ins from now until the actual start of the season. But these were some of the ones that stood out to us.
But I hope you liked that. Keep watching anime.
Looking forward to the new lineup.
And we'll see you next week.
See ya. Matane.